Good morning and welcome to the regular meeting of City Council on Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Here.
Mr. Coghill.
Here.
Ms. Gross.
Now you all come on in.
Mr. Mosley.
Here.
Mrs. Kale Smith. Mrs. Strasburger.
Here.
Mrs. Warwick.
Here.
Mr. Wilson. Here. Mr. Lavelle, President.
Here.
7 members present.
Just for the record, Councilwoman Gross is also here. There's a nationwide issue with Zoom this morning, so we're having problems managing getting people in and out of it, but I'm texting with her back and forth, so she is here. With that, we actually need a motion to waive the rules of council.
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
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 The rules have been waived, and now for all those that are able, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance and remain standing for a moment of silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our next order of business is to amend the agenda. Is there a motion to amend?
So moved. Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The agenda has been amended. Our next order of business is proclamations. Councilwoman Smith is not here, so we'll move into those that need read into the record. We have one by Councilwoman Strasburger.
Councilperson Strasburger presents, be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare May 16th, 2025 to be the Day of Sustainability and Environmental Justice in the City of Pittsburgh.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Proclamation has been approved. We also have a will of council from Councilwoman Warwick.
Oh, sure. Thanks.
It's for minimum wage?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want to read it or? Yeah. go
Sure,
ahead.
we'll have it
It's
read.
in its entirety.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
Councilwoman Warwick presents, whereas it has been 15 years since Pennsylvania last raised its minimum wage to $7.25, and whereas every dollar earned for a worker today is worth a full 51% less than it was in 2006. And whereas 32 states and Washington, D.C. have increased their minimum wage, including every state that borders Pennsylvania. And whereas Governor Shapiro has called for the statewide minimum wage to increase to $15. And whereas 1.3 million Pennsylvania workers would benefit from a $15 per hour minimum wage. And whereas, while positive trends in job and wage growth are contributing to a strong and dynamic local economy in Pittsburgh, they are also placing upward pressure on prices, particularly for housing. And whereas empowering Pittsburgh to establish our own minimum wage policies would allow us to ensure that wage scales in our city reflect the economic realities that our residents face, prevent displacement and brain drain, encourage population growth within the city, and help to secure critical workforce pipelines for our growing industries. And whereas, by calling for an increased wage, Pittsburgh is joining municipalities across the Commonwealth, including Philadelphia, Allentown, and the city of Lancaster, which have passed resolutions in support of HB 1150. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh hereby urges the Pennsylvania General Assembly to pass Representative Ronnie Green's legislation, HB 1150, to raise the minimum wage to $15 an hour. And be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh urges that any minimum wage legislation include an annual cost of living adjustment and grants municipalities local wage freedom by lifting state preemption on wages. And be it further resolved that a copy of this will of council will be distributed to the Allegheny County delegations of the Pennsylvania State General Assembly and to the office of Pennsylvania Governor Josh Shapiro.
May we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? Councilwoman Warwick.
Yeah, so I just, as far as the minimum wage goes, Every year I go to Alder Days and I talk to the seniors just about workforce development stuff. And one of the first things that I ask them is who's working, right? And most of them are. And I ask them how much they're making. And I let them know that in this economy, no one should be making less than $15 an hour, right? So, minimum wage rules or not. And a lot of them are. And, some of them are making as little as, 10 something an hour. Some of them are making almost 15 an hour. So I really feel like anybody who is paying less than $15 an hour right now, I don't care who you are, right? Whether you're a small business owner or a giant corporation or hiring a babysitter or hiring someone to do your lawn, like $15, if you're not paying at least $15 an hour in this economy, you are exploiting the person who is working for you. And of course the fact that the minimum wage is 7 something an hour in Pennsylvania, it's laughable, right? But the problem is that enables that exploitation, right? By having such a low minimum wage, that enables, businesses to, when that 15-year-old comes in looking for a job, it enables them to pay them that $11 just because they don't know, right? Maybe that they just don't realize what they should be making because they're just not as savvy. Or if that's, maybe someone, a newer immigrant to the city or something like that, just someone who isn't as savvy about what they should be making, right? Or what that job should be paying because they just don't have that kind of experience. So, yeah, that's all. This seems like such a no-brainer to me, but I don't know. We'll see what happens. So, thank you.
Thank you very much. Any further discussion? Seeing none, all those in favor say aye.
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 The will of council has been approved. So that will take us to public comment. I would like to-
Council President, Councilman Coggle and I are going to do the proc for Councilwoman Gail Smith.
I apologize, I didn't realize that. Please.
Neither did I.
Yes, this is Teresa's motorcycle awareness. I'm sorry. You get a fresh new face right there, all right? Not the same old.
All right.
Trace. Come on. Oh, Trace, I saw you on the elevator. Come on.
All right, I get to pitch hit here for Councilman Gail Smith for a very important issue here. So, whereas Motorcycle Awareness Month is the annual campaign to increase awareness of motorcycles on the open road and advocate for measures that improve the safety of riders on our nation's roads and highways. And whereas motorcycle riding is a popular form of recreation and transportation for thousands of people across Pittsburgh and the Commonwealth, the safety of all Pittsburgh motorists is an issue of utmost consequence, and all motorists should unite in the safe sharing of the city of Pittsburgh's roadways. And whereas more than 875,000 licensed motorcyclists are required to keep their vehicles inspected and obey current laws relative to the operator's safety and equipment. Whereas in efforts to reduce the number of motorcycle crashes and fatalities, the Pennsylvania Department of Transportation and the City of Pittsburgh encourages all motorists to avoid becoming another crash statistic and take advantage of the free training courses offered through the Pennsylvania Motorcycle Safety Program. And whereas it is especially significant that citizens of the City of Pittsburgh be aware of motorcyclists on the streets and highways and recognize the importance of staying alert, practicing safe driving techniques, and promoting motorcycle safety. And whereas during the month of May, the City of Pittsburgh and the Alliance of Bikers Aimed Toward Education, ABATE, of Pennsylvania's Allegheny County chapter will continue their advocacy of motorcycle safety. And whereas the City of Pittsburgh encourages all motorcyclists to continue their efforts to promote safety and motorcycle awareness, and all drivers to respect the unique safety needs of motorcycles. And now therefore be it resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby commend ABATE for their efforts in teaching motorcycle safety and awareness, and be it further resolved that the Council of the City of Pittsburgh does hereby declare May 2025 to be Motorcycle Safety Awareness Month in the City of Pittsburgh.
Maybe we have a motion to approve?
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Councilman Charlin. He doesn't have a motorcycle, but he had a mini bike when he was younger. I don't know if that counts. So, no, I just want to thank you all for coming down. I know I don't see Timmy here, but I'm glad to see a couple of new faces as well. I no longer have my sign, if you have them. I don't know if you have some on you. They look a little ragged, like we're going to have to make an investment, right? So, but I put one in my yard, so it's good just to bring awareness for the month, and appreciate you being here. And speak of the devil who walked in, our former president, Councilwoman Teresa Keelsmith. So.
I just want to thank you all for all that you do. I don't know if you realize, but Dwayne works for Animal Care and Control. And so I want to thank him. He's a resident of Sheridan, and his wife is here as well. And they do amazing stuff. I actually coached their daughters in cheerleading, and he got out on the field with them one day. So, but I'll just say that real quickly that my son is a rider. He's a police officer and a rider in another state. And I was always worried about him riding, but I'm more worried about me driving behind him. So, Councilwoman Warwick.
Yeah, I just want to say, I love having you all here every year, and I love coalitions, and of course, I don't ride a motorcycle, but I ride a bicycle, and it's the same issue. It's the same issue with pedestrians in our streets. It's the same issue with cyclists and folks they're in their cars, they're on their phones, they're not paying attention, and the other thing, and I'm sure that you are. Feel the same frustration as a lot of times I hear sort of blaming the cyclist or the biker, right? Like, oh, well, they don't do it. And it's like, look, everybody makes mistakes, right? Everybody, right? And we need to be looking out for each other on the road. The road does not belong just to folks in cars, right? It belongs to all of us, no matter how we're walking or rolling through our streets. So I would love to see that coalition with the cyclists. That would be a fun press conference, I'm sure.
I'm sure you'd love that. But thank you. Does all members want to come up? Is that okay, Council President?
Sure. All members?
Oh, Dwayne, I'm sorry. Did you want to say a few words first? I usually don't give him a mic, but Tracy, you remember when he was cheerleading, right?
You're a good cheerleader, right? Huh?
Yeah. I also spent like almost 20 years with another person there coaching the girls softball team in Elliott over that way, so they kind of grew up. I'd like to thank Council President for having us, Teresa for doing this. I am the chapter president, newly elected this year. John on the end right here, he was here last year. I replaced him as the president. He had 10 years, and he wanted to take a break to where he gets to sit in the background there and cause me problems now. Michelle, she's my secretary. Dave Harris, he's a former membership officer. And then I have Rick here, he's my product officer. He also was a treasurer. I'm also a district rep. I serve southwestern Pennsylvania, 6 other chapters in our district, including our chapter. ABATE, I'm kind of reading off some stuff here because I'm not good at speaking that well. ABATE of Pennsylvania is an organization of motorcyclists dedicated to the protection of individual rights of motorcycles through political change, public education, and charitable works. As part of our mission, we are also active in eliminating unfair legislation as it concerns motorcyclists, promoting motorcycle safety through both motorist and rider education, improving to the public. Couple of things here that I'm basically reading off our flyer here. The license plates, we were responsible in getting successfully passed in the state. The obtaining vanity, veterans are collectible, and disabled vertical plates for motorcycles. The rider education, it's a big thing. All riders need to understand what the rules are on the road. We ride out there a lot, and motorcyclists have to ride with their heads on a swivel. A lot of people get used to the winter months in their cars. They drive around and things like that, and next thing you know, bikes are out on the road, and everybody kind of forgets they're there, including your bicycles. So that's an important thing. The penalties we got passed, we successfully passed a provision that increases the penalties for careless driving offenses that kills or seriously injures people. There's a few laws out there. Daniel's Law, that law there was passed back in 2016, which is a big law, and there's a new law that's coming out. It's called the Miller's Law, basically is it, but it's been enhanced. That enhances penalties for accidents caused by texting while driving, resulting in serious bodily injury. The new one that's coming out now is the Miller's Law, and this is the one that they're working to get activated. It has been passed by Governor Shapiro. What this entails is handheld devices now. Eventually, it's going to be to the point, some people like it, some people don't, but state police and other police departments will be able to pull you over now if you have a handheld device in you. Last year in Pennsylvania, it was 8,200 motorcyclists killed in Pennsylvania. There's also 875,000 licensed motorcyclists in Pennsylvania. So it's real important, and I appreciate council giving us this proclamation. Again, Mr. President, Teresa, that's pretty much all I have, but thank you very much, and God bless.
Thank you. And when you talk about partnerships, what I'd like to see is for us to do something with our magistrates when kids get pulled over for racing with their little motorcycles all around the city, if they would have to participate in one of your educational classes. I think maybe we can work that out somehow. So thank you. All members want to come forward? Thank you. On the mount. They're all over. They're in shape. What's going on today? The kitty case or WTA? I can never keep track.
So our next order of business will be public comment. I would like to remind everyone that the rules of council state that comments are limited to matters of concern, official action, or deliberation which may be before city council. Profanity will not be permitted. After you are called, please restate your name, provide your neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak. Our first registered speaker is Dr. Ronald Lynn Miller.
Dr. Ronald N. Miller, Oakland, Toronto, Canada. American Chemical Society, the Linguistic Society of America, the Sociological Association of America, and the Asian Studies Association. Early 2000s, I became a member. The Q5 Info Intel Framework is copyright by me. Global Intelligence Society candidate for President 2028, Global Information Intelligence Network.net. A concern of council in the city of Yellow Bridges, localized international actions. This is consistent with my 2028 initiatives on local primacy, number 3, and number 6, city ally country alliance priority. Quantum level 1, yellow, predisciplinary information intelligence, II dimensions X, Y, and Z, X yellow light wavelength 0.57 to 0.59 microns, Y yellow element sulfur S16, and Z carotenoids yellow rice. Quintessence level 2, yellow disciplinary info intel dimensions X, Y, and Z. X chemical olfactory yellow, negative is S sulfur dioxide. And more positive is yellow catalyst vitamin B7 that contains sulfur. Y code linguistic yellow II, yellow Turkic Uyghur language. Z sociological yellow II, the Society of Yellow Dog Democrats. Quote, I'll vote for a yellow dog before I vote for a Republican. Is that you, counselors? Quora, level 3, yellow supradisciplinary info intel, national dimensions X, Y, and Z for Pittsburgh, U.S. American City, yellow bridge builder. X in Africa, build a yellow Yumi, Arabic, bridge to Asfar, Medina, yellow city, Cairo in Egypt. Y in Asia, build a yellow Chao Zhongwen bridge to Huangze, Shengji, yellow city, Xinjiang in Zhongguo, China, and build a yellow Pul Hindi bridge to Pila Shahar, yellow city, Jai Shalmer in India. In South America, build a yellow Puente Español bridge to Ciudad Amarillo, yellow city, Izamal, and also in Europe, Siena. This is just to be continued.
Thank you. Our next speaker is Edward Wren.
Hi, everybody. I thought that the vote on the vegetation height ordinance was going on today, but it's just as well. So I'm going to cut this short. If y'all will please read written testimony that's coming. I'm Ed Wren, MD from Swiss Elm Park, excuse me. So I sincerely appreciate the intent behind the amendment of the brief city code section about vegetation, aka noxious weed height, and thanks to Councilmember Barb Warwick for being the primary sponsor, and I'd hope to speak with you before it comes up for a vote. However, after much thought, I now favor reconsidering this so that we'll have more time to work on a more comprehensive legislation that I would like to see passed later this year, no matter the vote on the amendment. Such a plan should rely primarily on education and support to encourage voluntary beneficial changes. It would allow cooperation from our chapter of Wild Ones and the Pennsylvania Native Plant Society. As I had mentioned before, both have sample ordinances. FIPS would be a great partner, as is the Audubon Society already. Please contact me if you would like my help in bringing together expertise. And I'll cut it off at this. Please read the written testimony. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That exhausts our list of registered speakers. We'll now take comments from those in chambers. If you're wishing to speak, please come forward at this time. Provide your name and neighborhood for the record. You'll be given 3 minutes to speak.
Good morning. Sorry I'm late. My name is Devin McLean. I grew up on the Hill District, Cliff Street, Bedford Avenue, Francis Court off of Wally. I like this thing you're doing with the lineup so I can actually see your faces. September 13th, Friday, 2024, I was working a shift as a security guard out there where 2nd Avenue turns into Greenfield Avenue. You get on the Eliza Furnace Trail right there. If you look at the trailhead, there's one of them things that the gas company does with all the valves sticking out and it's a fence around it, no smoking lights or open flame. I don't know what those are called, but a pump station, I'm gonna say, for the sake of this situation. I was working a shift on the UPMC lot when, at about 10:30 p.m., I seen a guy walking, but I always see guys walking, you know, even though it's after dark and the trail closes after dark. I seen him walking and then boom, a 10-foot circle of lingering white smoke. This dude just set off a stick of dynamite. Now, had that explosion been about 8 feet to the right, my coworker who was in the security booth could have been seriously fatally injured or jacked up if the glass broken went into her face. So I flashed a guy with my flashlight. Hey, you, stop. Hey, you, stop. You there with the goatee. You there in the long hair. You there in the shorts. He didn't turn around until I started using racial epithets at him. What are you doing? What's your problem? Do you know where you're at? It's train track 60 yards to the right, a major highway 50 yards in front of you, and a major gas line running under your feet. I forgot to tell you just now, halfway down the hill, when I got down the hill and around the corner, boom, another one. Police took me. Police took me, the security guard, in a full uniform. Chaos.
Thank you. Next speaker, please.
My name is Yvonne F. Brown. I live at 715 Mercer Street up in the Hill District. Yesterday was Mother's Day. Sunday, I'm sorry. Sunday was Mother's Day. And from our church, we have, our Reverend gave us, it says, our church is blessed to celebrate a mom like you. Happy Mother's Day. And it says, she opens her mouth with wisdom and the teaching of kindness on her tongue. Now I'm working on that part right there. I'm truly working. And I've been really praying for you because I don't believe you really understand why I come down. You think I come down to get something. I come down to try and stop the killings or even hurt someone getting harmed. Now, my daughter, Unique, told me Keisha was having this, it's something like a timeshare, some kind of luncheon. So I go. And the host was talking about how she's traveling around the world and she spends so much money going to Jamaica and different places. So she had asked about where we had traveled. She asked me, where did I travel? I said, Jamaica. And then there was a young Jamaican fella sitting there and he asked me where had I been. Well, my daughter goes all the time. I know I went to Kingston and a lot of little villages. But I said, sir, I said, if you're from Jamaica, you know it's a mountain, a tall mountain that we went to, and I believe it's in Kingston. And as you go up the walkway, there's a statue. Well, what it was a black Jamaican fell in love with a white woman. And they had ran away, and they ran to this mountain, and they're telling them to come down. You're not going to be in any trouble at all. You're not going to be. But they jumped off the mountain together and killed themselves. So I turned to him, I said, sir, you're from Jamaica, what mountain is that? And he says, oh, I don't know. See, this is what I'm trying to tell you. He's from Jamaica, and I'm telling him his history. You can't know everything that's happening in my community. And if I don't tell you, you won't know. I come down because Patik is running for judge, and he came up to our building. Well, I don't care for him because he didn't treat me right when I went to court when I got jumped on. And he spoke to me, and I said, you know, I don't really want to talk to you, but I will tell you that the policeman said you and Arbor are dropping the ball with Rashida and her mother in this building. Okay, as I'm talking, we have the campaign manager of the building. It's a woman that's been living there for years. She interrupts and takes them away from me. The same way when I was trying to talk to the mayor, this woman thinks she thinks she owns that room, and they let her do that too. Because the last time I challenged her why I couldn't speak loud and make an announcement, they called West Recycle on me. Yes.
Thank you very much. Next speaker, please.
It's a lot, y'all. Good morning, Special Agent Sunshine. Lord, I return to sender any voodoo hexes curses being sent towards me 100 million, billion, trillion googolplex. And whoever sending it, Lord, throw them into a lake of fire. I have to protect myself from this voodoo, you guys, because y'all do it. Last time I was here, I talked about the $100 million that PRT is in deficit. Where'd it go? IRS, please. It's called an audit. We're going to find every dime. And if it's in Hawaii, Aruba, Paris maybe, trips around the world, really? Do you think the state is going to grant you this $117 million increase and a 25-cent rate increase? Really? For you to blow again, you will not. 2 Corinthians 4:18 says, while we look not at the things which are seen, but at the things which are not seen. For the things which are seen are temporal, like you guys. Temporary, you will not always be here. But the things which are not seen are eternal, like the children for the next 3 generations. They're eternal. They'll be here. We will not. And I'm standing here for them. I will protect them with my life against diplomats who think it's okay to rape women. Let me explain something to you. It is not. Women need to come together for men's heads, penises and testicles that think it's okay to rape us. It is not. I don't care what your position is, king. I don't care. It is not. And we need to fight. As women, I'm standing here for all of them. Every woman that's ever been raped, in Jesus' name, I stand for. And it's a no. And an no. When we say no, we mean it. I don't care what your position is. And for the woman this is being done to, please do not live in fear. Fight against this man that's raping you repeatedly, month after month. And they know about it. And they're protecting this man because his position as a diplomat is more important. Really? Is his head as important? I ask every woman that's been raped, is it? Come for it, because I will. And I'm not playing with none of y'all about any man raping a woman. We have to fight as women against it. And he denies it. Really? Proverbs 19:9. I will keep screaming till somebody hears me. A false witness will not go unpunished, and a liar will be destroyed. And if you think God is playing about destroying liars, we're going to see what happened to this one. In Jesus' name, amen.
Next speaker, please. Next speaker, please. Seeing no further speakers, we'll turn to the presentation of papers, beginning with Councilman Charlin, Chair of Human Resources.
Good morning, Mr. President.
Morning.
No new paper, sorry, yeah.
Thank you. Councilman Coghill, Chair of Public Safety and Wellness.
Councilman Coghill presents Bill number 1821, resolution authorizing the mayor, the director of the Office of Management and Budget, and the director of the Department of Public Safety to enter into an agreement or agreements with the Pennsylvania Auto Theft Prevention Agency for the purpose of receiving grant funds in an amount not to exceed $583,100 to support the Auto Squad. Bill 1822, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of public safety to enter on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh into an agreement with Vonderhaus Gill German Shepherds, Inc. for the purchase of canines for the Bureau of Police at a cost not to exceed $30,000 over 3 years. Bill 1823, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of public safety to enter on behalf of the city of Pittsburgh into an agreement or agreements with Bronner Group Canine Services, LLC for the purchase of canines for the Bureau of Police, cost not to exceed $30,000 over 3 years. And Bill 1824, resolution authorizing council's consent to an extension pursuant to 92205E of the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances of the deadline for council to act on Council Bill 2024-1214.
Councilman Coghill?
Yep, thank you, Mr. President. I'd like to make a motion to approve Bill number 1824 to allow Councilwoman Gross and I to have an extension on our interim housing. So,
May we have a second?
Second.
Thank you. I believe we need a roll call vote.
Mr. Charland,
Aye.
Mr. Coghill,
aye.
Ms. Gross,
Aye.
Mr. Mosley,
Aye.
Mrs. Cale Smith,
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger,
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick,
Aye.
Mr. Wilson,
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. Bill 1824 has been passed finally. That moves us to Councilwoman Gross, Chair of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
No new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you. Councilman Mosley, Chair of Intergovernmental Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill number 1825, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 1300 Gardner Street at no cost to the city. Bill 1826, resolution authorizing the mayor, the director of the Office of Management and Budget, and the director of the Department of Public Works to enter into an agreement or agreements with the United States Department of Housing and Urban Development for the purpose of receiving grant funds from the fiscal year 24 community project funding in an amount not to exceed $1,666,279 to construct the field house in Homewood Park, specifically to fund the construction of the field house, amphitheater, and community gathering space. Bill 1827, resolution approving execution of a contract for disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and Housing Authority of the City of Pittsburgh or related entity for the sale of a to-be subdivided portion of Block 25S, Lot 112, 5th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, 2829 Bedford Avenue, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city. And Bill number 1828, resolution approving execution of a contract of disposition by sale of land between the URA of Pittsburgh and the Pittsburgh Land Bank for the sale of Block 10K, Lot 345 in the 5th Ward, City of Pittsburgh, McLaren Street, Council District Number 6, at no cost to the city.
And Councilwoman Cale Smith, Chair of Recreation, Youth, and Senior Services.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Madam Clerk.
Councilwoman Teresa Cale Smith presents Bill number 1769, resolution transferring the amount of $10,000 within the 2025 operating budget from City Council salaries and wages, regular, to the Office of the City Clerk for the purpose of professional services. And Bill number 1829, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of Parks and Recreation to enter into a 2-year sponsorship agreement with Clearview Federal Credit Union for the 2025 and 2026 Gingerbread House Display and Tree Lighting Ceremony at no cost to the city.
And Councilwoman Strasburger, Chair of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill number 1833, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant payable, in favor of Dickey McCamey and Chilcote for one-time legal services rendered for an amount not to exceed $12,503.75 over 1 year.
And Councilwoman Warwick, Chair of Public Works and Infrastructure.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Warwick presents Bill number 1830, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of finance to enter into an easement agreement or agreements with Duquesne Light Company for the installation and maintenance of one pole and wires on and over city-owned parcel IDs, Romeo Street, Council District number 3, Bates Street, Council District number 3, at no cost to the city.
And Councilman Wilson, Chair of Land Use and Economic Development.
In new papers, Mr. President.
Thank you. And I have 3. We could first read the appointment.
Council President Lavelle presents Bill number 1831, resolution informing council of the appointment of Robert Columbus as Assistant Director of Code Enforcement in the Department of Permits, Licenses, and Inspections.
We need a motion to approve. This is just informing legislation.
Motion to approve.
An assistant
Second.
director?
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
The appointment has been approved. Now
I'm
for
going to abstain because I don't know him. I'm not familiar with his work. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Don't we have the option to interview?
We do.
Yes, I believe so.
Assistant director. I would like to hold for an interview if
Second.
So we need a motion to. Okay. So this is informing legislation, so he has been approved, but we can still hold the interview.
okay.
So all those in favor of also holding for an interview?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, so we'll work with your office, Councilman, and the clerk's office to get that scheduled. Next is our communication.
Bill number 1832, communication from Jake Pollack, Director of the Office of Management and Budget, submitting to City Council the attached status update from the Grants Office for the week ended May 9th, 2025.
Need a motion to read, receive, and file?
So moved.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? The bill has read, received, and filed. And then we have one piece of sponsored legislation.
Bill number 1837, resolution authorizing council's consent to an extension pursuant to 925-05D and 925-05E of the Pittsburgh Code of Ordinances of the deadline for the Planning Commission and/or council to act on Council Bill 2025-1417.
This is a piece of legislation I introduced a while ago that was sent to the Planning Commission, rezoning a small portion of Marshall, Shadeland, Brighton Heights area for development. They obviously hasn't taken action on it, so similar to Councilman Gross and Councilman Coghill's bill earlier, if someone would please offer a motion to approve. This is for the extension of the deadline for them.
Motion to approve.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Oh, I'm sorry, roll call vote. I apologize.
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. Bill 1417 has been passed finally. Our next order of business is reports of committee for final action, beginning with Councilwoman Erica Strasburger, presenting the Committee of Finance and Law.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Councilperson Strasburger presents Bill number 1818, reported to Committee on Finance and Law for May 7, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 1781, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Roman Catholic Diocese of Pittsburgh, Bishop David A. Zubik, for plaintiff counsel fees and costs pursuant to 42 U.S.C. 1988b and Federal Rule of Civil Procedure 54D in connection with the litigation matter in the United States District Court for the Western District of Pennsylvania for an amount not to exceed $168,500 over 2 years. Bill number 1782, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of Taisha Somerville in an amount not to exceed $5,625 over 1 year in full and final settlement of a claim for damage to her parked vehicle from a city environmental services vehicle on December 20th, 2024. Bill 1783, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant in favor of 239 42nd Street LLC in an amount not to exceed $3,231 over 1 year in full and final settlement of a claim for damage to their property at 417 North Millville Avenue from a city police vehicle on June 24, 2024. Bill number 1784, resolution authorizing interdepartmental transfers in an amount of $647,228.63 from the Department of Human Resources and Civil Service to the Department of Public Safety Bureau of Administration, the Department of Public Works Bureau of Operations, Bureau of Environmental Services, and Bureau of Facilities, the Department of Parks and Recreation, and the Department of Mobility and Infrastructure. These budget-neutral transfers are necessary to properly align funding associated with the recent Service Employees International Union 668 and American Federation of State, County, and Municipal Employees 2037 contract ratifications. And Bill 1801, resolution providing for ratification and extension by the Council of the City of Pittsburgh of a declaration of disaster emergency for 30 days, hereby making the declaration effective until May 30th, 2025, in response to a severe thunderstorm of April 29th in the City of Pittsburgh.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill, vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Cale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received a legal required number of votes, is passed finally. That moves us to Councilwoman Deborah Gross, presenting the Committee of Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilwoman Gross presents Bill number 1819, reported to Committee on Innovation, Performance, Asset Management, and Technology for May 7, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 1777, resolution authorizing the mayor and the director of the Department of Innovation and Performance on behalf of the City of Pittsburgh to enter into an agreement or agreements and amendments thereto with Forrester Research, Inc. to provide information technology research and advisory services. Total cost is not to exceed $495,700 over 3 years.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. All in favor of the passage of the bill, vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Cale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
The bill, having received a legal required number of votes, is passed finally. And finally, Councilman Carr Mosley, presenting the Committee of Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs.
Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you.
Councilman Mosley presents Bill number 1820, reported to Committee on Intergovernmental and Educational Affairs for May 7, 2025, with an affirmative recommendation. Bill 1778, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 101st Avenue at no cost to the city. Bill 1779, resolution adopting plan revision to the City of Pittsburgh's official sewage facilities plan for 135 51st Street at no cost to the city. And Bill number 1780, resolution authorizing the issuance of a warrant payable in favor of Southwestern Pennsylvania Commission for the first of 2 installments for the 2025 annual membership dues in an amount not to exceed $48,400.50.
You've heard the reading and title of the bill. Is there any discussion? Seeing none, the bill is now ready for final action. Excuse Excuse me. All in favor of the passage of the bill, vote aye when the name is called. Those opposed will vote no. Will the clerk please take the roll?
Mr. Charland.
Aye.
Mr. Coghill.
Aye.
Ms. Gross.
Aye.
Mr. Mosley.
Aye.
Mrs. Kale Smith.
Aye.
Mrs. Strasburger.
Aye.
Mrs. Warwick.
Aye.
Mr. Wilson.
Aye.
Mr. Lavelle, President.
Aye.
9 ayes, 0 noes.
Thank you. The bill having received the legal required numbers of votes is passed finally. That takes us to motions and resolutions. Is there anything from members? Councilwoman Smith.
Well, first, I want to thank City Parks. There's been a lot of good news. When you see something good coming out of the city, it's usually with City Parks. And, I mean, they reported that they're going to start their movies in the parks. They're opening spray parks and some other things. And I just want to make sure that we acknowledge them and the work that they do with such a small budget and the partnerships that they have. I just want to thank them for the good news coming out of the city. But I also want to remind people that we have 2 things on Thursday in District 2. One is the Elliott City in the Streets event. I believe that's from 5 to 7:30. And we also have our City Council public hearing for crime in the city of Pittsburgh. And that starts at 6 in the same general area. It's at the Senior Center in the West End on Wabash Street. And so I'm hoping that we can hear some of the concerns of our residents and put something together to address some of the bigger concerns that council can address. There are things that we can address, and I think we should be working towards those solutions. But with that said, that's all I did want to say that. But I do want to say, when we're talking about pools, Sheridan Pool has it has $1.5 million in the plan for Sheridan Park Master Plan, including $500,000 this year. So I think it's around $2 million for a pool. That's what we put through, council put through. It is still waiting for the city, the administration, the director to do something with that pool. When they announced that all pools will open, that was not my understanding, that was not one of them. So if there's something that changed, I hope that somebody would let us know that pool is or is not opening. What they talked about is possibly doing something different with that pool. But we have kids in Sheridan that they have a lot to do in Sheridan, but there still needs some place for them to have some recreation, to cool off, and to be in a safe space. And I do want to thank Director Vargas. Yeah, Director Vargas, because she is having some conversations about what they can do, what we can do to help the kids in the community have some safe place to be and to cool off. But I just want to say, when we talk about all these areas that need some attention, Sheridan needs some attention for the kids, but Esplin also needs some attention for some of the things they have. It's a small area, and it borders McKees Rocks. A lot of people want to climb over Esplin, to get to the Sheridan part or go over to McKees Rocks, and I just want to make sure that that's always on somebody's radar. That's it. Thank you. They're waiting for a new playground there. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you. I've got Councilwoman Gross and Councilwoman Strasburger.
I appreciate Councilwoman Smith thanking our Parks and Rec department, and it makes me remember how hard she and I fought to raise the wages for lifeguards as well as other members. And as a reminder, it is also recruiting for lifeguard season. So if you're out there and looking for summer employment, the lifeguard wages now range from $17.48 an hour to $20.16 an hour.
And you got a good tan. We should take that job.
It's a great job for people across the city, and so we encourage you. That includes if you're not a certified lifeguard, if you can sign up now, you still have the window to have free certification as part of your training. And there's a number on, I can read the number out loud. It's 412-323-7928, which is great news. And while I'm at it, I'm just literally reading from the City Parks Twitter feed, so you guys are doing a good job on the app that used to be called Twitter. A call that I often get in my office is, when are the vouchers for seniors being distributed for the farmers market season? And the date I have on my calendar is at the Healthy Active Living Center, senior centers across the city on Tuesday, June 10th, from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. and they're going to end in the afternoon from 1 to 3. You can pick up your vouchers for the city farmers markets. So thank you. I appreciate the reminder that it's pool season again, and it's lifeguard season again, and we're grateful to the Parks and Rec Department. Thank you.
Thank you. Councilman Strasburger?
Thank you. I'd like to make a motion to call for a post-agenda hearing on the annual comprehensive financial report.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? We'll work with your office and the clerk to get that scheduled. Anything else from members? If not, I just want to take 2 seconds and thank you all for your vote some months ago now on the tread for Manchester Chateau. I paid attention, you didn't, but the final vote was actually cast by the county last week, and they approved it as well. But it started here and made it through the school district. We actually had a community meeting in Manchester yesterday about it, focused specifically on housing and how the Housing Opportunity Fund and all the housing, the bond and all of that is spread across the city, but now we have an opportunity to do something specific for that neighborhood. So it was a good and productive meeting, but I want to just thank you all for your vote on that and helping move that forward. I saw some other hands go
I want
up.
to say
Councilwoman
something.
Smith.
I just want to say something real quickly about that. I always admired how you handle things so calmly and just really matter-of-factly. And I watched you in one of those meetings in my office, meeting with people about the farm and some of the things, and you just handled it so professionally and so amazing. And I just want to thank you for that, because I think people don't see you behind the scenes and what you do. And I think if they had seen that, they would have also appreciated how you handled it. So I just want to thank you for that.
Thank you.
And congratulate you on getting it all passed.
Thank you. Councilman Calkin?
Yeah, no, I just wanted to echo Councilwoman Kell Smith's sentiments. I watched them do it in the Lower Hill, I think, for the most part, with the those properties there, the SCA properties, city properties, URA properties, all that stuff. But you managed to please, I think, for the most part, the Lower Hill district, and I'm glad to see that with the people from Manchester too. I thought they were really great coming in here and showing that they wanted your attention, and you gave it to them. So thanks.
Thank you. If nothing else, we do have meeting announcements. This afternoon at 1 o'clock, council will hold an executive session on Bill 1833 as it relates to litigation matters. Also, tomorrow, Wednesday, May 14th at 10 a.m., council will hold our standing committee meeting. Speaker registration closes at 9 a.m. Also, tomorrow at 2 p.m., council will hold a Cablecast post agenda on the Safe Passage program chaired by Councilman Warwick. And then lastly, Thursday, May 15th at 6 p.m. at the Weston Healthy Active Living Senior Center, located at 80 Wabash Street in Pittsburgh, PA 15220. Council will hold a public hearing on public safety and crime in the city of Pittsburgh. To register to speak at this meeting, which will be in person and there is no virtual option, please fill up the sign-up form on the council meeting webpage by the deadline. You also call the clerk's office at 412-255-2138. Registration will close at 4 p.m. the day of the hearing, which is Thursday, May 15th. Also, please note that Cablecast public hearing for bills 1698 and 1723 relative to zoning in Bakery Square, scheduled for this afternoon, have been postponed. I believe, all members were present. So we need a motion to approve the minutes and adjourn the meeting.
So move.
Second.
All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
We are adjourned.